everyone who has been watching us for the past 7 days while we navigate our understanding on conditioning, um, learning, and unlearning with so many women. We've been getting a lot of love, and thank you so much for supporting us. Um, on our last day of this series, I am very honored to bring the last speaker to you. From Ajmer to the Indian Revenue Service, representing India at global trade forums and shaping customs and GST systems, Dr. Kavita Bhatnagar is also a poet and author who writes through a woman's lens. We're honored to close this series with her voice. Hello, ma'am. Welcome to Neucode's The Conditioning Code. We're very, very happy that you're here.
Thank you, Kavisha. Equally happy to be here.
First question. Early in your career, what did you believe having it all meant, and how has that changed today?
So, you see, first I'll share a bit about my early life and career because my career started pretty early. I was 23 when I joined the civil services, and therefore, that transition from college life to a career was very quick. I finished my postgrad and then I joined. I could clear civils and join it. So I think it was that phase when you are in your early 20s and success is defined or identified mainly with professional success. And I think as even now, all young adults look at professional success as a barometer for having it all, as you are saying. So yes, in the early days when I joined and when I just started my career, all one wants is professional success, to rise high on the ladder of competence and be recognized for your professional abilities, to put in 200%, not just 100%, to achieve that. And I think in that maze, everything else is secondary. So I would also say that having it all meant that I am recognized as a successful and competent bureaucrat, and I am able to achieve my targets. I am able to get what I am given, my assigned role. I think that was all what had defined having it all meant. And at the same time, because I have read, or I was born up or grew up on reading a lot of Mills and Boons and all, so I think the love component in life was also important to me. And I always used to think that my marriage and the relationship factor was important. And I think having a loving companionship with my life partner was also important to me. But the degrees were different.
Yeah. Um, Having said that, was there a phase in your life where you come from a very esteemed background and balancing professional and personal priorities? Did it feel difficult at any point?
I think yes. As I said, I entered civil services as a young girl, and then I got quickly married. And within the first 3 years of my career, I had my two children, one after another. Although the gap was there, but and that time, you see, in the early 2000s, the childcare leave and all these concepts had not yet come. It was a bare minimum maternity leave which would be given to us, and I was also going through some personal turbulence after my second child was born in terms of issues in my marriage, and then I did eventually divorce. So you see, juggling all of that with a career where you are constantly in public face and you cannot afford to let your emotions show, and at the same time you have to take care of two young children, take your decisions. So yes, I did feel overwhelmed at that time, and it was difficult and challenging, yes, but I think there is a certain amount of resilience we all women have hidden, which is our
Absolutely.
hidden
Yeah.
resource, and it comes forward at the times of crisis and any such challenge, and you can fall back on it, which is what our education or our upbringing has always taught us and given to us. So it is like that computer game, if I am recalling just now, which in which Mario used to go, and that prince, it was not Mario,
Yeah.
it was Prince, and he used to get that energy if you reach that level. So
Yes.
that source of energy always comes from within you. I think that is one good saving factor that we all women have. And of course, the family support, your parents being with you, your siblings rallying around you, that matters a lot. And it is also the professional environment, which I think if it is safe and secure for women, and which gives you your due, which doesn't take from you if you are going through a crisis, that also matters. So all these factors come together, and they are able to make you prioritize and make you deal with challenges. And in the end, you are like that. Most women are. I think I've seen many women who undergo a lot of crisis, both professionally and personally, but they are like that toy, that hit me toy. You punch it and it will bounce back. So that is the quality we all should nurture and recognize and accept that yes, we have it within us.
Yeah, we do. We absolutely do. Uh, in your profession, you are surrounded by so many people, and you have an ultimate ambition to serve the public. Is there any boundary that you that took you a very long time to learn how to set, and draw lines, and which was uncomfortable, or however you felt about it?
I think I am still learning because one's innate nature and personality and character traits are very well defined right from early stages of one's career, and they only grow. It's difficult to unlearn.
Yeah.
So I think as a person, I am very giving. So it's very difficult for me to realize that it's not about giving which will enhance my relationships or my situation. It is by setting my boundary that yes, beyond this I will not give. It is my self-respect which comes forward, and therefore that boundary, that where to stop giving, is very very important to learn. And professionally, a similar kind of boundary, that one cannot be helpful in always 100% of situations. As
Yeah.
a bureaucrat, we get many requests. We get many people expecting us, even in the family or in your close circle of friends. And I tend to feel that, if I say no, and they are going to think that she has got attitude. But it's
Yeah.
not that. Sometimes one really can't do a certain kind of thing in a way in which you are
Oops.
expected to do. And so saying that no, it
Yeah.
takes time to learn. And it is important that we realize early that setting this boundary also is very important, in a manner in which it would be convincing to the person opposite you, and he would realize that it's actually out of your way, that you cannot do this.
Yeah.
So I think giving too much and saying no are boundaries which women should, especially women, should set it early in their lives.
This is coming from an honest place of heart that I have spoken to so many women in the past 10 days. We've been doing a lot of interviews. Most of the women, majority of them, when we ask them that what is something that usually women feel guilty about, which is one of the questions that we'd also answer after this, majority of them have come up with people pleasing. That women tend to get feel guilty when they do not please and a conflict arises. What have you got to say to this, and to the women who unintentionally or intentionally get into people pleasing?
I think by choosing one's own terms in life,
Yeah.
that is one way to stop this people pleasing attitude, which is inherent in us. And as you're saying, that we need not feel guilty about it. So if we are enabled to make our choices, if we are conscious that yes, I am also an individual with my own set of needs and thought process, then there is uh, no overwhelming manner in which I would
Yeah.
go on giving myself. That boundary would set itself automatically. So this realization that I am an individual before I am a woman, I am also a human being, and I do have my off days, I do have my negatives, I do have my, mixed personality or contradictions, is acceptable. And since I write, I have written my first novel some years ago, which is titled Second Chance. And it is all about a young woman who is divorced and who is very keen to settle again in terms of marriage, and how she goes about finding a compatible life partner. And the whole idea behind this was to convey the message that yes, women can make their choices, and why not?
Yeah,
So, so I think that is important to remember for all of us.
of course. And wishing second chances for all women out there.
Yes, yes.
To that we come to the last question of our conversation, ma'am, and it's been a joyful ride. When younger women look at leaders like you and wonder how to navigate career, family, life, what is that one truth that you wish they knew earlier, or you'd like to tell them from your experience?
There is not one but two, I would say. See, the first thing is that I have a young daughter. I would come from her and then answer this question. So she's 26 and she's pursuing a PhD, and she's abroad. And off late, she's been saying that I've started worrying about I'll be far away when you'll be older, and who will take care of you. And I can see her thought process going in that typical
Yeah.
direction that women tend to overthink and worry more.
Uh-huh.
So, so the one thing which I gather from this and I want to share is that don't worry about the future. Whether you are a young mother with, like I grappled with my situation, and you are thinking about a sabbatical, or you are thinking how would the career be if I go on a leave, long leave to, be with my children, and you keep worrying, you keep worrying. So, my advice at that stage, for that stage, is that it all falls in place. You don't have to worry, it won't make it any better. Rather, you will be overwhelming yourself more mentally. So don't think about the future, you cross that bridge when it comes, but be in the now and take it as it comes. Plan your day, plan your week, plan your year. Be a planner and don't worry for the future. So
Lovely.
that is one advice. And another thing is, as we started off saying that what does having it all really mean. So it's very important. I'm recalling the speech of Brian Dyson, who was the CEO of Coca-Cola, and he said that if there were 5 balls in your hands, which comprise work, family, career, health, and your consciousness, and you are juggling constantly all 5 of them, but you must remember that work is the rubber ball. It
Yeah.
will bounce back if it
Yeah.
falls, but the other balls are made of glass,
Yeah.
and if they fall, then the damage is huge. So you have to have that consciousness right from the early days about what having it all means. It means a more content you. It means a more peaceful you, and someone who is, yes, staying hungry, staying foolish, but for the right things. So a holistic thought process about overall contentment and happiness in life matters more. And if you stay focused on that, life will be much more easier and smoother.
Thank you so much, and that's a very wonderful note that we end our conversation on. Thank you, ma'am, for your 2 cents. I really enjoyed having this conversation, and I really hope that all the women who see this interview also feel the same.
Thank you. I hope that if by listening to me and to our conversation, if even one thought is imbibed by even one person, it is worth it.